Good afternoon, dear students. Today we will start with the chapter that we had earlier finished a part of it, that is the enemy, from your book Vistas. See, I have already opened it right in front of me the page. I request all of you to please kindly open the book and follow the chapter as I read upon. Okay, so earlier, as I discussed in class, that war had a great impact on human civilization always. Whatever it may be, maybe the world wars or any war that broke out between different nations had an impact on its people, like we had already discussed in our last two stories. Okay, so as I said earlier in class on Monday, that the story Enemy is about not only about war, it's about a doctor who is bound by his professional ethics, who is actually having being tutored, having been taught to save man's life. This is what he is meant to do. So in the wartime, when you need to show your real patriotism, you need to stand behind your country and to stand beside your country. Whether Dr. Sadao will he be able to do so, along with sticking to his professional ethics of being a very good doctor. Okay, so like we had already discussed in our previous class, that this chapter opens up when the World War was going on. Japan was fighting against America, and one fine morning, Dr. Sadao Hoki woke up and found that a young man, was lying in front of his door. He was washed ashore by the sea, and he had somehow landed over in front of his doorstep. So, what will Sadao Hoki do? Whether he's teaching, whether the one that he was taught, whether his knowledge, whether his professional ethics of being a doctor, being a lifesaver, being someone who is considered next to God will creep in, or whether being a true patriot who have got a lot of love for his country will act accordingly. Okay, so let's start the chapter. The enemy, Pearl S. Buck. Okay, right now I want to say that okay, we had already discussed this earlier. We have completed half the first one or two paragraphs with you already on Monday and Tuesday when I took your offline classes. But as there were not many students present over there, so I will restart the chapter and it will be easier for you. Okay, so please follow. The enemy, Pearl S. Buck. Before you read, please follow this. It is sort of an introduction given to this chapter. It is the time of the World War. An American prisoner of war is washed ashore in a dying state and is found at the doorsteps of a Japanese doctor. Should he save him as a doctor or hand him over to the army as a patriot? So, as I discussed, this is what is actually being written inside the stories, and some incidents follows, or some twists and turns in the story takes us to that level where Dr. Sadao Hoki's life as a doctor or a true patriot comes up in his true form in front of us. Okay, so let's start reading. Dr. Sadao Hoki's house was built on a spot of the Japanese coast, where as a little boy he had often played. The low squat stone houses were set up on rocks well above a narrow beach that was outlined with bent pines. As a boy, Sadao had climbed the pines, supporting himself on his bare feet, as he had seen men do in the South Seas when they climbed for coconuts. His father had taken him often to the islands of those seas, and never had they failed to say to the little brave boy at his side, "Those islands yonder, they are the stepping stones to the future for Japan." "Where shall we step from them?" Sadao asked seriously. "Who knows?" his father had answered. "Who can limit our future? It depends on what we make it." So, as the first paragraph of the story opens, we see we have a small introduction of Dr. Sadao Hoki, the protagonist of the story. Okay, Dr. Sadao Hoki, as we can see, this house was built on the spot of the Japanese coast where he had lived since he was a little boy. Maybe he was born in that place, or may not be. We are not informed through the story, but he had lived there as a little boy and he is living there still. The low stone square houses that was set upon the rocks well over a narrow beach. It was a narrow beach, and that was outlined with bent pines. The pine trees used to make boundary of the beach. Okay, as a boy, Sadao had often went to that place with his father, whom he had valued throughout his life. In the next portions of the story, we will come to see how Sadao's father played a real role in shaping what Dr. Sadao Hoki is right now today. Okay, his father has often taken him to the island, and he had often shown him those islands, saying that yes, a Japanese true life exist beyond that island. It is true. Before Nagasaki and Hiroshima bombing happened, Japan used to be during before the World War. Japan used to be a very poor country. There were not many such resources. Agriculture was at zero. The only occupation over there was fishing. And so, like many of the elder men in Japan, Dr. Sadaoki's father had said that if any Japanese youth can yonder beyond that island of Japan, yonder beyond that Pacific Ocean, then there lies his future. And often Sadao had asked him seriously, where shall we step from them? Then where shall we go? His father had answered politely, who knows who can limit our future? It depends on what we make it, definitely. As you will come to see in different stories as we move around the book, the different books, we will definitely get to see. And we are not what we are born, where we are born, how we are born. We are born of what we make it. Okay. Sadao had taken this into his mind as he did everything his father said. His father, who never joked or played with him, but who spent rest of his time, who spent infinite pains upon him, and who was his only son. Sadao knew that his education was his father's chief concern. For this reason, he had been sent at 22 to America to learn all that he could be learned of surgery and medicine. So here, as I said, we will learn a lot about Sadao's father, how he had helped in shaping what Sadao is right today. Okay, so Sadao knew that his father's did not was not that kind of father who was very friendly, who can make joke with their children, but he was a serious man. Though he was a serious man, he had always great concern for Sadao's future, and his chief concern was how to provide him proper education. Now definitely, as I said you, as I had already discussed earlier in the class, if this country is poor, that means this country's education system is also poor. You cannot expect any big educational facilities available in a poor country. So like any other Japanese at that time who had always dreamt of sending their children far off to places for better education, Sadao Hoki's father had actually done that and had taken intense pain, intense suffering, maybe financial suffering, maybe suffering from other sides, but he did take chief concern in growing in nurturing Sadao Hoki's education, and he had sent him to America to learn all about medicine and surgery. And he had come back at 30, and before his father died, he had seen Sadao become famous not only as a surgeon but as a scientist. So, as we can see, so when he was 20, Sadao was sent back when he was 22, Sadao was sent to America to learn medicine and surgery, and when he was 30 years old, he came back to Japan and had started serving in his country. Sadao Hoki's father had lived long to see his son become not only a good medical practitioner, not only a good surgeon, but also a scientist. Okay. Also, he knew that because he was perfect in discovery, which would render woods entirely clean, he had not been sent abroad with the troops. Also, he knew there was some slight danger that the old general might need an operation for a condition for which he was now being treated medically, and for this possibility, Sadao was being kept in Japan. So, he was discovering something, some sort of chemical. He was working upon some sort of medicine so that he can actually make these wounds disappear without leaving behind any rashes, or heal these wounds with no time. So his presence is needed in Japan right now, because the country is at war. There are various casualties, various wounded soldiers lying around places, and even the general of the country needs them, because this is a war situation. It can happen that he may die, he may get affected, anything. So to do this, he is needed here in Japan, and that is why he is not being sent to the coast. Okay, students. So we end till here. I hope you can understand. Tomorrow we will start from the next chapter. Thank you so much. Be safe. Stay at home. Wear your mask. Don't indulge in public activities right now. And okay, thank you so much for cooperating.